Hi everyone, this is Shantae, aka Shantae on Twitter and Instagram, or just simply just Shantae. So welcome to another episode of Shantae's Analysis. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at I am Shantae, or you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Shantae Mary. So we have to digress from another moment of madness, but a little bit somber today, but not really. But I'm going to get to these COVID numbers. So let me just get to the Johns Hopkins website. So according to the Johns Hopkins University of Medicine website, we are at, in the whole entire world, 88,005,213 cases of COVID-19. The global death toll is at 1,897,568. At home in the United States, we have the most cases so far, and we are only 20% of the population. Hello. 21,572,649. And we had over 253,149 new infections of COVID-19 here in this country. And as of the New York Times or the Washington Post, we had over 4,000 deaths today of COVID-19 today. Yeah, it's astonishing. And the U.S. death toll is at 365,174. So I'm assuming we got 12 days left. I'm assuming it might hit near 400 before Joe Biden and Kamala Harris comes in. I won't be shocked. Now I'm going to draw your attention to the New York Times COVID map, and I'm going to share my screen. And right here, I can show you if I go down. As you can see, this map here shows where all the infections is. So you can see it was in the Midwest, but it's still in the southern Midwest. It's now in the East Coast, and all the red is in the West Coast, and Arizona looks crazy. So if I scroll down, these are all the states we're seeing with rising cases. Now I'm going to set this where the most cases are. So we have 5 states already that are in the millions and one close to 3 million. So California has 2,563,996. Texas has 1,910,114. Florida has 1,429,714. New York is almost at 1.1 with 1,082,142. And Illinois has 1,010,808. Ohio's at 753,068. Georgia's at 699,806. They almost in the 700 frontier. Pennsylvania's at 699,018. Tennessee's at 620,467. And North Carolina rounds out that top 10 with 595,308. But there are other states you can see rising cases. Arizona is looking pretty bad. 588,383. New Jersey, 564,750. Michigan, 153,776. Indiana, where the outgoing vice president is from, and also he's the leader of the coronavirus task force. Let's keep that in mind. 549,515. Wisconsin, 540,508. And there's other states here you can see with rising cases of COVID. So most states in this country have over 100,000, except Rhode Island, which is almost there. West Virginia is almost there. North Dakota is almost there. Montana is almost there. Delaware. So there's a couple. Only places that got the lowest is DC, Maine, Hawaii, Vermont, and some IUS territories. And I'm going to just bring this back to your attention again. So here we are. This map. So pretty much, hello, we're seeing rising cases of COVID. It's pretty bad. But of course, we have no national strategy, and we're not going to. The current outgoing resident in the U.S. don't have no plan. So that's why we're waiting patiently 12 days, I believe. As of tonight, will be 12 days that we will have a new administration come in and COVID relief. Yep, I covered that yesterday. You can check out my YouTube list, and I covered that as well. But I'm going to cover some of it again today. But on another note, the outgoing resident has finally conceded. I got to find where that video is. When I do, I'll play some of the version of the video. He has conceded. So I would like to find that video. So here's some of it.
United States Capitol. Like all Americans, I am outraged.
Let's start that over again.
By the violence, lawlessness. I would like to begin by addressing the heinous attack on the United States Capitol. Like all Americans, I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem. I immediately deployed the National Guard and federal law enforcement to secure the building and expel the intruders. America is and must always be a nation of law and order. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy. To those who engaged in the acts of violence and destruction, you do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay. We have just been through an intense election, and emotions are high. But now tempers must be cooled and calm restored. We must get on with the business of America. My campaign vigorously pursued every legal avenue to contest the election results. My only goal was to ensure the integrity of the vote. In so doing, I was fighting to defend American democracy. I continue to strongly believe that we must reform our election laws to verify the identity and eligibility of all voters and to ensure faith and confidence in all future elections. Now Congress has certified the results. A new administration will be inaugurated on January 20th. My focus now turns to ensuring a smooth, orderly, and seamless transition of power. This moment calls for healing and reconciliation. 2020 has been a challenging time for our people. A menacing pandemic has upended the lives of our citizens, isolated millions in their homes, damaged our economy, and claimed countless lives. Defeating this pandemic and rebuilding the greatest economy on earth will require all of us working together. It will require a renewed emphasis on the civic values of patriotism, faith, charity, community, and family. We must revitalize the sacred bonds of love and loyalty that bind us together as one national family. To the citizens of our country, serving as your president has been the honor of my lifetime. And to all of my wonderful supporters, I know you are disappointed, but I also want you to know that our incredible journey is only just beginning. Thank you. God bless you.
That was performance. Donald Trump performing. We all know that's bullshit that comes out of his mouth because the election was declared. Like, Joe Biden was declared the winner on November 7th, 4 days after the election. Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. is the president-elect. Kamala Debbie Harris is the vice president-elect. It was already spoken. So I don't understand. You did all of these fake ass, frivolous legal battles. Lost them all. Even the judges that you appointed, who thought that was going to have your back, know the rule of law at the end of the day. Just because they're conservative and they belong to the same party as you doesn't mean they have to defend you. Then you invited one of these rioters to, or I should say, these domestic terrorists to the Capitol. You had multiple rallies before then called Stop the Steal. Donald John Trump, it was you, sir. You and you only that caused this. Well, not you only. You caused this. And then you had enablers and also cheerleaders and doulas going on with this. You had the Louis Gohmert of the world, the Matt Gaetz, the Jim Jordans, the Joshua David Harleys, the Raphael Edward Cruzes of the world, the Ronald Johnsons, the Marsha Blackburns, the James Lanfords, you're not low neither, the Kelly Loefflers, the David Perdue's. You had them all. And I can't exempt Kevin McCarthy. And you 5 Democratic moderates did not want to vote for Nancy Pelosi. Y'all was going to get ready to make him majority leader. Bitch, what? Yeah, Donald Trump had all those. Talking about we need to get to. You should have delivered that speech back in November. But then again, I always knew Donald Trump who he was way before he ran for president the first and second time. That's because I grew up in New York City. I know Donald Trump as the con artist, as a businessman that everybody wanted to get a piece of physically in terms of beating that ass. Because everybody in New York was, whoever did business with Donald Trump was conned and played by him. And he was always a racist. There was cases against him before I was born. And I was born the peak of his time when he was running New York in the 1980s. Knew what kind of jackass he was then. So I'm like, there were black people that knew who he was. But then there was also black people in other places that voted for him. The fuck were you thinking? And then he had more black increase of vote. 18% black men, 8% black women. And I don't mind you being a conservative, but stand for a better Republican. Other than Donald Trump. But who am I? Who am I? But I'll be glad when his ass get up out of there. Yep, Hillary Clinton told him so. Hillary Clinton told them. Yep, she told them. And she was my senator for 8 years. So she knew what it was. But New Yorkers, we told everybody. Everybody's like, no, New Yorkers didn't. Yes, we did. Especially the people from the downstate, New York City area. We said it before. Manhattan, the Bronx, Brooklyn, and parts of Queens. Even the part where he grew up at. They don't like him. Them fools on Staten Island, they a whole different story. Because trains don't go there. But anyway, they're a whole different story. But in the 4 boroughs of New York, oh, yeah, we won. And we said it again. Listen, Donald Trump, I'm going to tell you this. His rhetoric may be dangerous, but in true reality, Donald Trump is nothing but a punk. Donald Trump is scared of the mob, the Russian mob, and the Italian mob. He's trying to act like a hardcore gangster, but the gangsters don't really have to act that hard. They're very low key in New York. They're not on high pitch key like Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a cosplay wannabe, cosplay mob like. He's a punk. And I know that. But his GOP enablers, those Joshua Harleys of the world, and those Raphael Edward Cruzes of the world, they need to go. They need to resign and get arrested. Josh Harley already lost his book canceling thing, but I'm going to read the statement that he had because I found it to be very interesting. Because some people don't want to admit, like, you got dropped because you're a bum. And you're a criminal. A whole entire criminal. So here we go. His statement from Simon, what is it? Simon and Secuster. I think that's a publishing account. That's a publishing firm. So, because he was supposed to come out with a book, I guess. So here we are. This could not come more O'Leary. Oh gosh, using them big words. And excuse me if I can't sound out the word. Simon and Secuster is canceling my contract because I was representing my constituents leading a debate on the Senate floor on voter integrity, which they have now decided to redefine as sedition. Let me be clear. This is not just a contract dispute. It was a direct assault on the First Amendment. Only approved speech can now be published. This is the left looking to cancel everyone they don't approve of, and I will fight this cancel culture with everything I have. We'll see you in court. No, they cancel your account because they don't want to be associated with you. Josh Harley is Joshua David Harley, gotta say people's whole name, is the reason why part of the reason why Capitol Hill was assaulted. Donald Trump had his hand in it, but there was senators like Ted Cruz and Josh Harley. Josh Harley was actually fundraising off this shit. And when your newspaper said you got blood on your hands, your hometown newspaper, Kansas City editorial board said your ass need to resign because you got blood on your hands. This is all of his name in there. And then there's a picture with him with his fist in the fucking air. And the left is trying to, first of all, the publishing company don't even disclose, no publishing company or any other company that's doing deals with Democrats or Republicans or independents disclose who they support politically. This is how Joshua David Hawley is so fucking dumb. Like Tweedledum. You are being associated with white supremacists. That's why they don't want to fuck with you. And you're going to mess up their company's credibility if they publish your book. So they're protecting their own ass by canceling your goddamn contract. I would do the fucking same too. After being associated with that shit. Man, please. Joshua David Hawley is nothing but a miserable young man with a wife and a child. Well, 2 children. 2 small children who got to look at their father in history books years to come and say, my father was associated and praised white supremacists. Dad, why do you do that for? That's what they're going to tell their dad. Joshua Hawley made a name for himself, and it ain't a good one neither. And it's going to stick with him for the rest of his life. He's going to be disparaged in history books. He might have to live in a cave somewhere. If I was his wife, I would divorce him in a quick second. And if she stayed with him, she's just as complicit as her husband. I'm just saying. And I'm being real. But, yeah, there is 12 more days until Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are inaugurated in the White House as president-elect and vice president-elect and actually get a handle on this virus, which we have over 20-something million cases. Thank you, Michael Richard Pence, for having the U.S. lead with the most cases. Their Justice Department is looking pretty solid. I got to admit it. Because Mitch McConnell, Minority Leader Mitch McConnell may be in for a rude awakening. So, who's in the and the Justice Cabinet. So Judge Merrick Garland will be the AG nominee. He's nominated as the AG. Lisa Monaco will be the Deputy Attorney General. Vanita Gupta will be the Associated Attorney General. And Kristen Clark will be the Assistant Attorney General for the Civil Rights Division. It's a pretty solid team, I can say. This makes perfect sense. So I'll be happy when these Trumpian folks get how can I say it? When some of them are held accountable. And I'm assuming that Justice Garland, I keep calling, because he should have been the fucking justice. When hopefully Attorney General Garland is nominated and takes office. And along with Vanita Gupta, Kristen Clark. So I can't wait. And when Donald Trump leaves, he's going back to dirty ass Florida because we don't want his dirty ass back here in New York. But he got to come back to New York to face state charges. And state charges, they don't go away. And Andrew Cuomo is Tish James is independent. So Andrew Cuomo ain't interfering. He's not. Not looking forward to it. To interfering. He said, Tish, do what you need to do. Pretty much. Because you work for the people of New York State. So we're lucky to have her in New York State. She'll probably be the future governor of our state, hopefully. But yeah. Can't wait. I can't wait. But that's all I have for you today. You will catch me tomorrow on my Instagram live Friday. I do a live Instagram show every Friday night. And I might come on here and do an after show depending how tired I am. Hopefully I'm not that tired. But until then, you have a good night.